Ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful Friday in Nairobi, we're right here at the Ufangamano House for the Citizens Assembly with the one and only Bonface Mwangi. How are you?
I'm in good health, but I'm very, very tired. It's been a hectic 3 weeks. So I'm looking forward to the time I can get time to sleep and rest. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can tell us today, do we have any fresh statistics on people who are missing or abducted or anything like
So
that?
they've been collecting actually, but I think the number of the dead as we speak is about 51 because people who are in hospital are coming to the gunshot wounds.
That's very sad to hear. And of course, I have to ask you about just where we are right now in the country. Of course, the president yesterday dismissed his cabinet secretaries. Do you think we should continue keeping up the pressure ama to decrease?
Pressure ongezeke kwa sababu one of the things that actually is hurting me, I've been to about 5 funerals and there's no apology from the government for those who died, like an official apology. The president hasn't even bothered to call any of the parents to condole with them. We're talking about dialogue, but you can't have dialogue without justice. And we're even saying, why is Kome in office? Why is Amin in office? The people are responsible for these killings are still in office. The killer cops are still in office. So there's no happiness actually. So him firing these people doesn't make a difference to the people who lost their loved ones. So it's too little, too late.
So, Bonnie, that means you're not contented with what President did yesterday?
We are not contented with that because it's just a small action to reduce the pressure. But the pressure must continue. People have died, people are still being abducted, and no one has resigned from the police. The killer cops haven't been arrested, so there's nothing to celebrate.
So can you mention some of the things that maybe you want President to make sure amezitoa? For example, what Eric Omondi mentioned, akasema hivi na hivi na hivi, and I know you guys are doing the same thing. From Bonnie, what else do you want President to do?
Wow. So at this particular moment, I think the humane thing for him to do is talk to those families who lost their loved ones. Release everyone who has been abducted. Kama kuna mtu alishikwa, pia achiliwe. There are people who have fake charges in court. They should be all released without any charges. And then we want IBC reconsidered within the next 30 days because we need to start recalling members of parliament. But also telling the president, if you think you can't be able to run this country, you can dissolve the government and go home. It's not a must to run this country. There are 54 million Kenyans. This idea that Kenya will be stuck if he resigns, it won't be stuck. Because when he resigns, it goes with the Rigathi and all the baggage that he has. It goes with all of them. Actually, we're even calling for the Speaker of the National Assembly to dissolve Parliament. Yeah.
But if President resigns, what next?
No, we'll have fresh elections. Everything you're asking for is in the Constitution. There's nothing new. We just have fresh elections and then elect someone who cares about us. Yeah.
And we have those MPs who voted yes, and right now they're asking for forgiveness, apology outside there. And some of the Gen Zs are still visiting them. Yes. You as the leader, not leader, you're not the leader. You as the, niseme aje? Yes, activist. Maybe what do you have to tell them?
Members of parliament who voted yes, you want our forgiveness, go and resurrect everyone who has died. Yes. Ensure there's no one in hospital who has bullet wounds. That's the only forgiveness you're going to get. People died because these people voted the wrong way. We told them don't vote yes. They voted yes. They did not listen to us. They're lucky they're still alive. People have died. Yeah. So keep that pressure. Otherwise kuja kwenye nyumbani, mwambie aende ahame huko atafute nyumba ingine.
And today, if you were maybe given a position to be a cabinet secretary, would you take?
I would never work for a thief.
What if he resigns?
Then there will be no government. Yes, so what is your question?
You never work for a thief.
No, yes, they said I will never work for a thief. My son is very clear. I can't work for a land grabber and a murderer. It's very clear.
Yeah.
There's no discussion about that.
Yeah, and of course we have to ask you, there are those sentiments that Farah Maalim made, and we feel like the government is taking too long for justice to be made. What are your feelings on that?
No, this country works in a very funny way. You're guilty until proven rich. As long as you're rich, you can never be guilty. Farah Maalim Lorena is in Sarova Hoitsans. I've done a tweet about it. He's enjoying his life. If it was me saying such words, I would have been arrested the same day. There's not even someone who would have tracked me and arrested me. But poor people can't get justice in this country. That's why we need to change the system.
And we've had it's like a month. Bonnie hajapumzika, by the way, honestly speaking. When are you planning to, when the two tulie to say now it's done?
Rest when I die. Because there's work to be done, man. Like now all I want is a bed. Yeah. But it is.
Are you still coming out on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. The thing about this, the last 3 weeks, is that there's so much emotional toll on some of us. We've been to the mortuaries, we met the families. So a lot of crying, actually, a lot of nightmares. Yeah, and sometimes a small drink like this because you're trying to sleep and cope with life. It's very hard, actually. I need to see a therapist.
That was my next question, because you've really been working so hard, and people think and feel like you're not maybe okay. So how are you doing right now? Let's say mentally. Are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm mentally fatigued, emotionally drained. I'm tired. Ukinuza maswali naanza kulia, yani I'm just, yeah. I think it's very sad that people are burying their loved ones because they went to a peaceful protest. And what's very annoying and hurting is that the men and maybe women who sponsored the goons haven't been arrested. And the killer cops are still free and they're going home to their parents every day or their wives and husbands every day. While some other people are just crying because they lost their loved ones. So I'm feeling that pain because before 2 weeks ago, I'd never been to a protest where someone died. Never ever in my life. So the first time in my life where I went to a protest and someone died. And we did not kill them, but there's a guilt to carry in your heart and feeling like unasikia tu chungu on behalf of the family. So I empathize with the family and I say, I hope they get justice.
Right. Lastly, talk to our Gen Z. Tuongeleshe pale kwenye kamera.
Ni aje wase emergency manze, mimi na walombotov tunaanguka nao. Tuonane Tuesday kwa barabara. Mtokeleze wherever you're in the country, show up. We're not only standing up for our rights, we are going to the streets to say, Kome, the killer must resign. And we're also saying that we are going to the streets to honor those who sacrificed their lives for us and for a better country. And because for what you did in those protests, Kenya has changed forever. And then kusalimia hao ma MPs na MCAs. Mtu wote ambao anakusumbua unamsalimia and msiogope. You are liberating this country. You are the true liberators and freedom fighters.
Ya mwisho, about our baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Juzi alikuwa na president and pia alikuwa amepanga dialogue, but tukaona kasalimiwa. I think alisalimiwa. Yes. What's your take on that?
No, Raila Odinga, my friend, you have done your part for this country, and you shook hands with Moi, you shook hands with Kibaki, you shook hands with Uhuru, now you shook hands with Ruto. But this particular movement, don't shake hands with anyone because you're not part of us. And even me, I'm a millennial, I'm not a Gen Z. So sisi kama wazee tukae kando. You're old enough to be my dad. Me, I'm the same age with Raila Jr. And guess what? Your grandkids are the ones fighting now for this fight. Waachie hii vita. Hii vita si yako, waachie. Watu wa ODM na Azimio wanapiga mdomo ya majenzi, wachana nayo. Focus on your party and your politics. Gen Z will deal with Ruto. Mwachieni Ruto. Hii mambo ya kuingililia tufanye dialogue. If you want to dialogue, go dialogue with the people who died. Napeleka dialogue huko. Because you're asking for justice for the victims before anything else. Na reparations, compensation for the dead. But mzae baba kaitu kando. Asiharibu movement ya watoi. Yeye ni babu.
All right, thank you, Bonnie.